Welcome to day 21 on this journey to greatness that we've been on together. It's hard to believe we've already walked through 20 different steps in this journey. But we're actually heading into the last phase of this process that I teach in my new book coming out in the next few months. This is actually a phase that I have personally become a major student of in the last few years and love what I'm going to talk about in the next 5 days here. It's going to be talking about maximizing your time. Productivity is what you might see a lot more people talking about. But time management has been kind of a buzzword over the years. But the reality is this: you can't manage time. And what I mean by that is every one of us have 24 hours a day. We have 7 days in a week. Every minute has 60 seconds. Every hour has 60 minutes, right? And so you can't stop, slow down, speed up, whatever. You can't control time. And so what we need to do is maximize that time. And so as we move into these next 5 training videos, we're going to talk about what do you do to maximize that time. And today, our first step is to evaluate your schedule. We need to evaluate our schedules. See, a lot of times we just go through our days and we just get up each morning and we do the same thing day after day after day, month after month, year after year. And how often do we really stop and think about where our time is going? See, we just finished the module on managing your resources, and we talked about assessing your assets and appraising your debts and then attacking your debts. What we're going to talk about here with time is not a whole lot different, to be quite honest. What we need to do is really understand where is our time going already. What are the time assets that we have? So when you evaluate your schedule, you're able to do such a thing. So for instance, step 1 in evaluating your schedule is to track your time. And maybe you've done this in the past, maybe you haven't. It could be brand new to you. I know it's been a powerful exercise to me to track my time over the years at different points. And the best way that I have found to do that is to basically break your days up into 15-minute increments. And you basically put together a spreadsheet or some kind of tracking sheet where you are writing down every 15 minutes, what did you do? And evaluating for a couple weeks. Spend about 2 weeks doing this, because 1 week is a decent snapshot. 2 weeks is a much better snapshot because just a lot of different variables can happen in 2 weeks. But for 2 weeks, write down each and every day, what are you doing in different spots? So you might spend an hour and a half on a project. Well, just block that hour and a half out of those 15-minute time slots. You might spend 15 minutes on a phone call or sending out some emails. Write that in that 15-minute block. Whatever works for you, however your mind works best, whether it's an Excel spreadsheet or you just do a kind of a journal process where you're just writing it out by hand, that part is up to you. But evaluate your time and see where you are spending your time, because a lot of times we just don't know where we are spending our time. And so once you track your time, then examine your findings. Don't worry so much about examining your findings each and every day yet. You can go back and comb through that and learn a lot each day for sure. But give yourself some time to just see over the course of a few days at least, what are the consistencies? What are the inconsistencies? What are the things that could change, that could be better? And so examine those findings. And then finally, consider your possibilities. So once you've evaluated your time and you've examined what your reality has been during that block of a few days or a couple weeks, what are your possibilities with your time? What you'll start to see is you wasted time in certain areas, or you didn't give certain things enough time that needed more value. Maybe you didn't spend as much time with your family or your friends that you wanted to, and you see that on paper now. Or maybe you didn't give a project the amount of work that it needed for your job. Or maybe you spend too much time on social media or spending too much time on email as a distraction. Because those are definitely distractions that can easily hang us up in our culture today. Just it's a reality that we have to face. And so when you're evaluating and you're examining and then you're considering your possibilities, you're able to then move forward in a much better way to maximize the time that you have. See, there's no difference between you and me and the Bill Gates and the Warren Buffetts and the Richard Bransons of the world, the people that have become highly successful, highly influential, highly wealthy in our world, they have the same exact amount of time as you and I do. But what do they do with their time that's different than what you do with yours and what I do with mine? That becomes the question. And so in this step today of maximizing your time, once again, start by putting together some kind of a form that you can track your time, where you can see on paper where your time is going. Also, then give yourself a designated time window. And like I said, I recommend 2 weeks. If that seems too much for you, then give yourself a week and then see about extending it. But track your time, then evaluate your findings of what you've tracked, and then start to dream a little bit and consider your possibilities of how you can maximize your time more effectively. So that's today's lesson. Look forward to connecting with you on the next one, where we will take another deeper step in this process, because your time is as valuable or even more valuable than the money that you have. And so let's maximize that. Let's make the most of the days that we have, so that we can accomplish the purposes that God has for us. Take care, and I look forward to connecting with you next time.